Hello everyone. Today I'd like to introduce Deployify, a AI-powered deployment platform designed to help developers to go from code to cloud in one click. Today developers spend a significant amount of time configuring Dockerfiles, CI/CD pipelines, cloud infrastructure and debugging deployment failures. These repetitive DevOps tasks slow down deployment significantly and add unnecessary complexity. The idea is that Deployify solves this problem by using AI to understand a project structure and automatically generate everything needed for deployment. Instead of manually configuring infrastructure, Deployify analyzes your repository, configures your tech stack, detects your tech stack, generates optimized deployment configurations and deploys your app directly into the cloud. So here is how Deployify works. You can just start by connecting a GitHub repository. You just name your project, you give it the name and you give it the link of your GitHub repository. It goes ahead and it starts scanning your GitHub repository. It reads your repository and it generates a Docker file, and it also generates the GitHub actions, the CI/CD pipeline. You can then decide what kind of cloud provider you want. Right now we have deactivated automatic deployment. This is a setting change. This setting can be changed such that this platform can directly spin up EC2 instances or Lambda functions and directly deploy your app directly into the cloud. This has generated a cloud plan, and now this is the dashboard. So once this is done, this generates the entire details of your project. Your project is given a unique ID, its project's name, the GitHub URL, and the language of the project, the framework used, and the status of the project. Then it identifies the entire tech stack of the project and generates your custom very own Docker file required for your entire CI/CD pipeline. Next is your GitHub Actions pipeline, which contains everything you need for your deployments. So this is a brief overview of how the project works. Now there are many more things than just deploying it. Once you deploy it, there are many more steps left. So this is the Deployify dashboard. This can be used for monitoring a project after you have deployed it. For example, this is a project that has already been deployed. Once the project is deployed, there will be a variety of parameters which you would need to monitor. Your deployments, your configurations, your logs, your settings. For example, these are very simple logs that are generated by any cloud service provider. The configuration includes your Docker file and your CI/CD pipelines. Monitoring monitors all of your projects across how many of our virtual machines you're using. It manages your overall tracks, your requests per hour, your monthly costs, everything regarding your entire project. Your settings help you decide what kind of service provider you are connected to, your product keys, your cloud keys, and a variety of other parameters. This Deployify specifically uses a variety of multiple AI options. One thing Deployify uses is LLM based reasoning to interpret the repository structures and generate deployment configurations dynamically. For scalable AI inference, we directly integrate Amazon Bedrock and AWS Lambda services orchestrate this entire deployment workflow. We can also use S3 storages to store deployment artifacts and the entire logs. This system allows to intelligently automate DevOps tasks completely, and this helps reduce a lot of functionality which traditionally required significant manual configurations. This is a simple multiple AI prompt system which sends the entire repository structure, and then the entire repository structure is analyzed and deployment configurations are generated accordingly. AWS, this has specifically been targeted to run efficiently on AWS platforms. As this will be running off an AWS instance, it can call the AWS command line interfaces and use it to generate multiple other servers or instances or EC2 instances. This will help to deploy platforms very easily. So by automating deployment configurations, Deployify significantly reduces setup times, lowers infrastructure costs, and enables developers to focus on building products instead of managing DevOps complexity. Our vision is to build an intelligent deployment engine that makes cloud deployment fast, reliable, accessible, and easy for every developer. Thank you so much.